Hey there, everybody. Happy evening. And Kendall here. I did not make my conscious coffee this morning because I hardly got any sleep last night. And by the time I got up, I was like, you know what? I am not going to do any conscious coffee in the morning because I had to dart out the door trying to get my daughter her driver's permit. And that's scary in itself, isn't it? Driver's permit. I mean, anytime we have our kids getting a driver's permit, it's just like, whoo, too scary. Hey, hello, Miga. Hey, Addison. Hey, Steve. So I just decided I wasn't going to do it this morning. And instead I thought, maybe I'll have a glass of wine later. Maybe I'll have this later. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do that. And I just walked in the door from dropping my kids off for an evening out that they're doing to give me a little bit of space for myself, which is absolutely amazing. And as I'm sitting here and I'm not drinking coffee, I am drinking tea. I'm drinking some tea, and all day I've had this title running through my head. Of Men, Wine, and Christ. And I'm like, why? Why do I have this title of all titles coming to me? So I'm like, I have no idea what's going to come out in this little conversation, but let's get started and see, right? So yesterday, last week I wrote an article that I had just accepted a wine date with a complete and total stranger. And last night was that wine date. So I went on that, and it was a lovely date, lovely gentleman. He was not the asshole that I had even made a comment in my article about. He was like, you see, I'm not an asshole, because he read my article. But I guess that's the gist of going out on a date or having any contact with somebody like myself that is all over social media and writing and vlogging and doing everything, is that you might get written up every now and then. But the wine date was really lovely, and a lot of the conversation rolled around Christ, not in the essence of what you might think. I mean, here we sat at one of my favorite little wine bars in Texas here, and we sat there, and, we were communicating, and there was a little bit of flirty energy, and we're enjoying a really good bottle of wine and a little bit of food. And the topic on the table was about Christ, about belief, about really truly having the courage that Christ had to step forward authentically in our lives. So there you go. That is actually what the title of this conscious tea evening is about, is really having the courage to step forward authentically the way Christ did. And, that is when Christ was alive in physical form. It was a time in our world when men dominated dominated everything. And look at what wine was all about, right? I mean, Jesus himself turned water into wine. Wine is a very spiritual, energy-based drink, right? It brings us closer to spirit. It can open us up. It was, it's not just the life of the party. It has so much holy meaning to it. And last night I had the privilege of enjoying a really good bottle of this wonderful spiritual drink. And as I sat there and I just sipped and savored everything that was going on, and I truly mean that, I sipped and savored everything that was going on. So the energy shared with this gentleman, the wine in my glass, and the conversation. When I went into the evening, I went there definitely, I never accept wine dates. I never accept dates with complete and total strangers, not knowing anything about it. I'm actually a pretty hard person to get a date with. But something inside of me was like, just say yes to him. Say yes to him. My soul, as I referred in my article, was talking about like soul connection. There's always a reason for things. When we step out of our comfort zones and when we step forward into something that is not normal for ourselves, right? Typically, there is a really good reason for it. So I went into this date last night with no anticipation around anything, no desire for anything, really. It was just that I was showing up so that God could speak through me and God could speak through him, and let us just see what we see, whatever happens, and it'll be perfect where it is. I was looking for the soul connection. I was looking for the message that Spirit was trying to bring to me. And the beautiful thing that I found probably about halfway through our conversation was that there was tremendous confirmation going on. So as many of you might or might not be aware of, I have really transitioned a lot of my coaching over to more of a Christ-centered coaching basis. So I am teaching, it's basically Christian Tantra, you could say, is where I am at. That is where my foundation has always been. I'm just now making it a lot more aware, a lot more out there. And in that process, I've been, working on collaborations with other coaches. I've been working on all this different stuff, but it's really scary when we stick our neck out, when we set forth on something new and, we start to change things and we start to do things differently. It can be terrifying to actually claim who we are, to actually claim our belief, to claim the life that we want, to claim our, what we want to, what we believe that we are here for. And if we look back at Christ's teachings, what did Christ always do? Christ was not scared. He was a very peaceful person when he needed to be peaceful, but at the same time, he didn't give a flying fuck, and he'd tell you that too. Like, he was going to flip stuff over, he was going to do this, he was going to do that. He was not going to take anybody's crap. Well, that same principle needs to apply to our life. We focus on so much crap taking. We focus on putting our attention on everything that it doesn't need to be on. And then we sit around in misery, suffering, and we bitch and moan and complain about what we don't have and how things aren't coming to us and how this isn't happening. We're pointing fingers. But the truth of the matter is that if we have our attention on what we don't want, okay, we have our noses stuck where they should not be. That's plain and simple the truth, okay? If things are not turning up in your life the way you want them to turn up, you don't have to go any further than the tip of your nose, because it just shows you where your focus is. If you're focusing on evidence of something to turn up, you're probably actually focusing in on the fact that it's not there. And you need to say that again. If you're focusing in for evidence that something is showing up in your life, then what you are actually doing is looking at the fact that it's not there. So how can something be drawn into your life? How can something manifest into your life if you're always looking at it not being there? If you're looking for it to show up, you're basically casting it away. You're pushing it away. You're telling it, no, you're not here because I'm looking, and you're still not here, and you're still not here. You want the love of your life to pop up, but then you're like, well, the love of my life's not here yet. She hasn't knocked on my door. I haven't bumped into him at the grocery store. I haven't bumped into him at the bar. I haven't bumped him. There's nobody here, nobody here, nobody here. Well, of course there's nobody here, because you are commanding it in that nobody is here, okay? What did Jesus teach on this very principle? I mean, anybody, no matter what your Christian beliefs are, no matter what your spiritual beliefs are, no matter what faith you are, and I really truly don't care, because I believe that God is our Father, our Creator, no matter what our color of skin, our eye color, what language we speak, how we grew up, or what our belief structure is. There is only one source of creation. It's just what name we choose to give it, right? So I'm choosing to use the word God right now. I'm going to say that Jesus was here leading the way. He was a teacher, a master teacher on exactly what we needed to do. And what did Jesus teach on this subject? Through his miracle manifestation, what did he do? Did he ever go, oh, well, I think let's just wait. Let's see if you're going to walk. Let's see. Are you walking? Are you walking? Are you raised from the dead? Is he raised from the dead yet? Is he raised from the dead yet? Did he go into it with any amount of doubt, or did he say, walk, rise up, you're healed? It was a command. It was a command of what was to manifest, okay? So if we're going to look at that right there, what do we do? How can we manifest like Jesus did? Well, the same fucking way. Yes, and I just did that. I just put Jesus and fucking in the same sentence. Ooh, really, really bad, Kendal. Not really, okay? Because this is serious business. This is your life. This is you claiming your life, okay? So somebody needs to get passionate about you claiming your life. I'll do it for you right now. I'll take on that mission, and I'll get passionate about you claiming your life. And I'm going to tell you that the best way you can claim your life is to just step the fuck forward and claim it. Say, no, this is it. This is it. Claim your life. What do you want to call in? You want better health? You want a better body? You want a better romance? You want better sex? You want more money? You want your kids to behave themselves? You want that job promotion? You want your house you want a bigger, better house? You want a smaller, more organized house? You want to travel more? You want to build a business? You want to have good relationships with the people in your life? You want to feel love? You want to be happy? Then claim it. Say, I am happy. Don't look around and go, well, when this happens, I'll be happy. When this happens, I'll feel loved. When this happens, I'll feel abundant. No. Abundance will come. Love will come. Happiness will come when you can successfully feel it prior to its physical manifestation. Okay? So you must act as though it is before it actually manifests in your life, before it is actually given, because in that is where you gain the command of having it come into your world, really truly come in. You want it to manifest really fast? That's it. It's just commanding it in. It's focusing in on feeling as though it already is there, even though it is not there. Pretty simple. Not so easy, right? Because what happens? Our freaking nose happens. We start sticking it into everybody else's business. We stick our nose into our best friend's business, into our husband, our wife, our boyfriend or girlfriend, our kids, our neighbors. We're constantly looking everywhere else for this to happen and for this person to do this and for that person to do that and for God to come down and say, here you go, here you go. So we're like, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where's the things? Where's the blessings? I've been praying. Where are they? Well, what are we doing? We are sticking our nose into everything else except for where it exactly needs to be. And where it needs to be is only in our own business. And you know what that business is? Our thoughts and our feelings. Our thoughts, our feelings, and actions that we're taking. That's it. But it comes from our thoughts and our feelings, and then we move forward into action-based. You guys should be getting sick and tired of me saying this to you because I preach it almost every single day, don't I? I just consistently tell you, your thoughts, your feelings equal your actions. Start thinking the right thoughts. Start really working on the feelings that you're having and take the actions from there. If you are not feeling happy, if you are not feeling joy, if you are not feeling positive, if you're not feeling in flow, if you're tense, if you're uptight, if you're frustrated, if you're bitchy, if you're this or that, okay? Anxiety, depression, fatigue. You're always sick and you don't know why. You catch everything left and right. Yeah. That means that you're out of flow. You are out of alignment to source, to soul, to who you are. You are going away from exactly what is there trying to manifest into your world. So you asked for it. It started to come in. It's coming, and because it didn't come quite fast enough, or it tried to come in a way that you didn't want it to come in, and not a way that you expected it to come in, you shut your back to it. You turned yourself away from it. And what happened? Now you feel that weight, you feel that heaviness, you feel all that emotion. All those things are just telling you your blessings are right there. You just chose to cover your eyes, plug your ears, look the other way, ignore, and do what? Stick your nose into all this other business over here that has nothing to do with you. You have nothing to do with anybody else's business. They have nothing to do with your business. Get yourself back into alignment with who you are. Claim your life. Command it down with certainty. That is stronger than faith, people. Certainty. Faith, there's still a little bit of give there, right? There's still a little bit of give. There's a possibility for doubt to set in. Ego can step in. Satan could step in. Different things could come in. Everything could potentially sabotage, which you're calling in. Okay? You might go, oh, it's demons. Oh, it's Satan. Oh, it's negative energy. Oh, it's the ego. Oh, it's that. Oh, it's just bad luck. Oh, so-and-so is not happy when I get something going. They always try to sabotage me. No. No, I'm going to say bullshit to all of it. Bullshit to all of it. That's all just a bunch of excuses for you not taking responsibility for the negativity, the doubt, the fear that you have of actually succeeding, of actually being happy, of actually finding joy and living that life that you were born to live. Living that life that you feel inside of you that just makes you go, oh my goodness, I really want that. I really want that. That desire was planted there by God because it's already yours, because it's what you were meant to live. It's because it's exactly where you're supposed to be. So stop turning away from it. Stop turning away from it. Claim it, okay? Claim it. Grow a pear. Have a sip of wine. And act like Jesus. And claim that shit. Because you know what? It's good shit. And it's for you. And it's supposed to be for you. And it's right there. And it wants to manifest into your life. So know that you are worth it. Know that you can have it. Okay? I mean, I think I've been on a total soapbox here, haven't I? I've been a complete soap. I should get a soapbox and just stand up on the soapbox and be like, okay, people, it's now Kendal preaching 30 minutes or something like that. Here's my soapbox. No, seriously, as I was sitting there last night and I was on this date and I was sipping my wine and everything, there was just so much confirmation coming through as to what the path that I have chosen to be on, and the choices that I've been making. And there's been this lenience, and I've been hearing from lots of different people about this negative energy, and like, oh, I know that I'm on the right path because of the negative energy. And yeah, I know that you guys are watching, certain people out there who have been telling me this. So here comes a little bit of Kendal baseball bat on this one, because I've really been thinking about it. I've been thinking about this, and I've been analyzing, I've been feeling into it, and it doesn't feel right to me. I think that we opened the doorway to that negativity because of our own fear. And we can choose how we manifest our fuck yes. If we want to manifest, and that fuck yes means that soul saying, yes, that's the direction you want to go. Yes, here's your path. Yes, yes, yes. So we can choose if we want to be supported negatively or positively. It's much like raising a child, okay? If we reprimand our child and we're constantly reprimanding our kid, then we don't give too many rewards. So we're not doing the, I love you, you're amazing, thank you for doing that. We're not looking for the positive things that our kids do, but we give them more reprimands. Then that means that we're giving more attention, more energy to the negative in our child rearing than to the positive in our child rearing. So like any normal human being, our children will come to us and they will naturally act up more because that's where they get the attention. Okay. So if that is true with a child, that they would naturally act up more, then if they're getting that's their sole source of attention. But if we change that energy and we start looking for the positives and we start rewarding them just by saying, like my daughter today, I tired, and everything. And then we went out and I was on the road for like 4 hours today in the car and sitting in lines and everything. When I came back, I told her, I said, I'm going to take a 30-minute nap. I'm like, I need a power nap. So I laid down, I took a 30-minute nap, and then I got up and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go take a bubble bath. Like I have not taken a bubble bath forever. So I'm going to go take a bubble bath. So she's like, okay, Mom. And I went in and I locked the door and I took this bubble bath and I just soaked. And I turned on the jets and I put this lavender, bath ball in the tub, and I just soaked in, and I was like, I was drinking my sparkling water, taking this nice warm bath. My muscles were feeling better and everything. I just really had this great moment in there. And when I got out of the bathtub, I laid down naked and wet on my bed, this spread eagle on my bed, because I got too hot in the tub, which is why I don't take too many baths, because I normally get too hot. I threw myself down naked on my bed, and I'm laying there when the thought came in, what a perfect time to do a quick meditation. So I grabbed my meditation soundtrack and I put in a 15-minute meditation, and I laid there stark naked and just really relaxed my body down, and I did a 15-minute meditation. Do you know what was going on while I was doing those things right there? I heard the vacuum going out in my house. She vacuumed the whole house. She swept and mopped the kitchen and the entryway. She cleaned the kitchen. She did my laundry for me. evening. And by the time I made it out and got dressed, she had the dogs out back. She was airing out the house a little bit. She was listening to music, picking up dog poop, and she was bebopping around. And she's like, I got bored, Mom, so I decided I was going to help you a little bit. And I went and I took care of this. I was like, oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much. And I approved of that and I appreciated it. And I gave her my gratitude. And instead of getting on the computer and writing an article, doing email follow-ups, I chose to sit outside and I chose to write in my journal a little bit more, to work through my energy, but I chose to sit next to her because I wanted her to feel me with her. I didn't want her to feel me step away from her when she had given me such a beautiful gift. She took so much off my plate this afternoon that needed to be done. She knew how much that would mean to me. And guess what? I gave her that approval. I gave her that appreciation. So you know what? She's a heck of a lot more likely to go do that again and act up less. Then she turned around and asked me if she could take her little brother out for dinner tonight and asked me if I would drive them someplace. And she's like paying for it all. And she's treating him because she works at a bowling alley. So she's treating him to all this different stuff. So she's like, oh, well, you know, how can I do this too, Mom? Can I do that? I chose to lean into the reward instead of leaning into reprimands. I do that frequently with my kids. I look for the good things that they're consistently doing so that I support that. Well, back to my message here of what God, what source, what our soul is doing with us as well. Hold on, my dog, my little puppy, I think is trying to kill my Christmas tree. No, she's okay. But that's, you know, what that is that our soul, God, source, whatever you want to call it, will do the exact same thing with us. And that's what you need to realize. If you were looking out and if you're going, oh, I know that I'm on my right path because shit's now blowing up in my world and everything always comes after me when I start getting on my right path, realize that that's just the approval that you have programmed into yourself. So you are opening yourself up to that stuff. Because I've had a few people tell me that that's the approval that they're getting. That's how they know that they're on the right page right now. And I'm sitting there and I'm working with them on stuff. I'm like, but shit's not blowing up in my world. Shit's actually going great in my world. Like, I've got more money coming in. I've got applications coming in. I've got connections going. I'm feeling good. I'm not having this outside resistance. I'm not feeling under attack. I'm actually feeling blessed. So all that is, it doesn't mean that I'm better or more blessed or more this or more that. It's just an internal game of how I choose versus how somebody else is choosing to notice that we're on our right path, to notice that, no, this is what soul wants me to do. So if you want to take the more pleasurable route, take the more pleasurable route. Train yourself to look for the positives, to look for the rewards. If you want to take the little bit more not so comfortable route, then so be it. Do whatever you need to do there and have fun with your punishment. Because, you know, some of us like BDSM, I guess, and some of us don't. I prefer pleasure and softness and love and joy and cuddles and abundance and blessing over the hardcore stuff. But not everybody floats that way. So just know that that's my view on that. That has been my experience because I used to lean the other direction. And after last night's conversation and really getting into this with this gentleman over wine for like 5 hours, a 2-hour date that turned to like 5 or 6 hours, it was pretty intense. And, you know, we were sharing all this different stuff and I was like, you know, this right here, this is the confirmation. I'm out here, I'm enjoying this awesome evening, and God is confirming to me, soul is confirming to me that this is the right path. This is exactly, I'm in the right place at the right time, which I already knew because I wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have said yes. I wouldn't have, you know, like done any of this stuff if I wasn't in the right time at the right place in the right time, right? So just look in your life, explore that, see what you can do for you. Which direction do you lean? Do you lean toward reward? Do you lean toward punishment? And how can you be more like Christ? How can you actually command that good shit into your world with not just faith, certainty, okay? Certainty. And again, as always, pay attention to your thoughts and your feelings and then move forward into action, into that divine action, because divine action comes from divine thinking, comes from divine feeling, and that divine path is right there in front of you. So really just claim it by leaning into who you are, not being afraid of of who you are and taking that step forward. As always, stop existing, start living. You can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. I am going to tell you that I have just 2 more spots left in my Boss Life coaching that I have going on for January. It is an intensive 4-week coaching series where I basically do a lot of this except to you directly. So I'm going to get in there, I'm going to kick your ass. Addison just posted the link to that. So if you are interested in taking advantage of my one-on-one coaching, you've wanted to work with me, you can't really commit to 3, 6, 9 months, you can't commit to a subscription, this is a fantastic way to kickstart your new year and to really get in there and learn some of these fundamentals and start manifesting the good shit for your life right now. Okay, guys, I will catch you tomorrow morning for Conscious Coffee. See you then. Bye.